Many thanks for choosing us. We are a home of independent, fearless, and credible journalism. Let's start with a truck carrying cocoa beans that has emptied its content on the Accra-Pokuansi Road after it was involved in an accident. The accident is impeding the free flow of traffic on that stretch, leaving many commuters stranded. My colleague Abina Pokua of our sister station at Dome TV was at the scene this morning and has joined me in the studio for more. Abna, how are you?
I'm good, Aisha, and you?
I'm doing great. So when did this accident happen?
Okay, so we got information this morning, and when we got to the scene, some eyewitnesses who witnessed the accident spoke to us and said it happened around 1:30 to 2 a.m. at dawn.
Okay.
Yeah, so they were there, they assisted in directing the traffic before the police got to the scene.
How many cars were involved?
Okay, so there were 4.
Okay.
According to them, one car had gotten spots and was stationed just at the roadside, and another truck carrying the cocoa beans, about 600 bags that it was carrying. It failed brake from Jonte to Beria. Okay. That was where it hit with the station car, and then it overturned. The other one, which had the millet, also came, and then when you go to the scene, I believe they complained about the street lights because there are no street lights. They suspected it could be the driver didn't see ahead, so he just crashed into it and also overturned. So the road leading to Ofanko Barrier, the runabout, which is the outer lane, was blocked, and the main road was also blocked.
Okay. Were there casualties?
No, there were no casualties. We were informed that the drivers for these vehicles were at the police station. As at the time we got there, they were at the police station writing their statement. Okay,
so what else did you gather from the eyewitnesses, those who really witnessed the accident?
They are complaining bitterly. One, due to the darkness of the road at night, because they said as soon as from 6 p.m. going into the night, there are no light. There are street lights on the street, though, but they are not working.
They are not working.
So they see it is part of the challenges they are facing, especially the drivers. And others too told us, due to the nature of that joint, you see, coming from Jonte to Beria, you get there. Sometimes you might be in a limbo as to whether you'll be passing the main road or be getting into the outer lane to Ofanko Beria. And most times, according to them, people get confused. They said just last Monday there was an accident which a private car caused it, because when we go to the scene or the junction, it was torn between going to the outer lane or using the main road, and the confusion also became like a situation where carelessness started. Yes. Yeah. Okay, so the truck overturned due to the carelessness of the driver. So mainly the challenges has been the street lights and the stretch, how it has been designed. Okay. They believe something could be done about it. So they were appealing to the authorities.
So the police, have they been there? What have they been saying and doing over there?
They were there. We met about 4 police officers from the MTTD. They were there directing the traffic. Okay. And all persons who ply the Pokuansi Road will attest to the fact that most times you see the traffic is always hectic at Jonte. But today, after Jonte, you realize the traffic was still heavy through to Beria. So they were there directing the traffic. But those who were using the outer lane to Ofanko Beria could not use the quota. They had diverted it to a rough road for them because the road was blocked due to the truck. As at the time we got there, they were offloading the cocoa beans, about 600 bags. Another truck had come and they were offloading. The police officer, even though they didn't want to speak on camera, said after they are done with offloading, they were going to tow. I saw a towing machine over there, which was just awaiting for the offloading to be done. The military, they were yet to get to the truck to offload. So that was the situation as we got there.
Abna, I'm grateful that you brought us updates. Do we know whether the street has been cleared? As at now, we do not know, right?
As at now, we do not know because we left there about 30 minutes ago.
But by the time you left there, you saw the towing vehicle?
The towing vehicle was there. They were not done with offloading, and the traffic was easing a bit because the 4 police officers were directing the traffic.
And directing traffic. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Abina Pokua is my colleague with our sister station at Dome TV who brought us this update on the road accidents. Two other stories. The Ghana Toll Workers Group is asking government to pay arrears due them months after the country's toll booths were removed. After scrapping road tolls in the latter part of 2021, the government promised to pay salary arrears due the workers and ensure they were reassigned. However, many of whom are people living with disabilities say this has not been the case. They have not received their monies in the past 4 months. The group's chairperson, Henry Dogbe, told JoyNews that around 800 workers are struggling to make ends meet. They picked the Ministry of Roads and Highways. They picketed the Ministry of Roads and Highways today. There's more in this report.
After the government removed all road tolls across the country in November 2021, over 800 toll booth workers lost their jobs. They were to be reassigned by the government, while some arrears due them were paid. The toll workers say this is yet to happen. After a meeting today at the Ministry of Roads and Highways, the workers claimed that the situation was badly affecting them.
It's not easy at all. We are even trying to look for a job. You go. Yesterday, for instance, I go to a place and the lady told me that the job I have, if I give you, you cannot do it.
I survive through my wife and friends because I don't have any work doing.
You know, I was renting at Pubiman, but because of this, my time is due and I've been ejected from the room. My things are in someone's uncompleted building now. You see, my children are not going to school because of school fees and feeding fees and those stuffs.
Chairperson of the Ghana Toll Workers Group, Henry Dogbe, said the government should bring back road tolls since it has made no provisions to reassign them after scrapping the road tolls.
But the workers, we are almost 800. Yes, we are calling for them. If as promised in the budget statement, that the workers will be reassigned and be paid until they are reassigned. If the reassignment will not come on, as we can see that it will not even come on. So they should call back the toll. So I will go into the toll and do the work.
The Ministry of Roads and Highways, on the other hand, said it had no individual contract with the workers. However, plans are underway to fulfill the demand of the groups. Isaac J. Kwache is the deputy PRO of the ministry.
Let's get this context correct. The ministry does not have any agreement with the individual contractors or collectors. We cannot deal with them individually, but it is rather the company that employ them. But that notwithstanding, we are engaging with them to ensure that we'll find a amicable solution to some of these squabbles.
Currently, executives of the group are planning to engage its members on the new developments as it waits on the ministry to act. Ifwa Aprekwa Boafo's report read to you.
The teacher who poured acid on a 14-year-old boy is yet to be arrested. The boy lost his hand and leg to be amputated after the said teacher poured acid on him for allegedly stealing a bicycle. Father of the boy is demanding justice. According to his father, the suspect is still walking about freely while his son is in critical condition at the hospital.
He told me that he was moving around picking scraps. So he came and met a big tin tomatoes, they were empty ones. No? So he picked them and they were plenty. So he rather used his bicycle, kept his bicycle over there and pick another bicycle from the house so that he can go and sell them and come back. So he left the bicycle there and went and sold those things. When he was coming back, the man met him and said that he stole the bicycle. And he said, no, I do not steal it, but this is what happened. So that the man tied him and called some people. They put one drum here, and then they put wood on top of the drums. They tie his leg and their hands and hang him. They were rolling him and they were hitting me. So he told them, no, they should exercise patience. This is what is happening. They did not listen. To say that it happened around 12 o'clock in the afternoon, up to in the night, 7 o'clock p.m. Before he said that they should bring the bottled water. So when they brought the bottled water, he poured it on the boy's legs and the hands. And the one who did that to him is he's called Ibrahim Salif. a teacher at Naleru Senior High. That's his name. The guy name is Fire. That's what they call him at the senior high there. But me, I have nothing to do, but I need justice.
Elias Tanko is our reporter, is in the Northeast region. He filed this report. He joins me via phone. Elias, so what explanation has been given to you by the police, reason why the suspect is still walking about freely? Hello, Elias. Elias Tanko. Hello, Elias Tanko.
Yes. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm asking you what the police is telling you. What explanation are they giving you? The reason why the suspect is still walking about freely?
Well, I said the police hasn't given any official statement, or they have not spoken to us officially. But yesterday, after our story, the police directorate contacted that they were going to speak on this particular matter today. But as I speak to you now, we have been trying to reach the police for that particular statement. We have not been successfully. And so as I speak to you now, officially the police hasn't given any reason why this suspect is still walking free.
How about the school where this teacher teaches? Have they taken any action yet?
Well, the teacher, he's actually a teacher at Nalergo Senior High School. This is the second week when this particular incident happened. The school hasn't made any comments. So the school hasn't come forth with any information with regard to this particular information.
We've been hearing from the father of the boy who is not happy about what the police is doing. What next for the father? What does he intend to do about the situation?
Well, the genesis of this issue is that after the incident, we are told that there was an intervention from the the Nalergo traditional authorities. The father of the boy was invited, the parents or the relatives of these suspects or this person who attacked the boy was also invited at the chief palace. My understanding is that there was some agreement that the issue will be settled out of the police station, and it was withdrawn. My understanding is that is why the police couldn't go ahead with the investigation and was forced to release this particular man. And so we don't know what has happened to this agreement. And now the man is demanding that justice be served because the boy has had his one arm and a leg amputated. He's currently in a very unstable condition at the hospital. One doctor even told me that he risks getting the other leg amputated. And so that's the condition of the boy. And his father is demanding justice. As I speak to you now, because of the way the police are handling the situation, the father has reported the matter to Shiraj. And my understanding is that Shiraj has also officially written to the police asking that they do something about this case.
How is the boy faring himself? Do we know? Have you checked on him recently?
Yes, the boy, like I said, is in a very unstable condition. He's very emaciated and he goes lens as well. The last time we were there, they said he's able to drink water and some few food, and like I said, he's still in a very unstable condition.
Elias Tanko is our man in the Northeast region. We'll be bringing you more on this story as and when we get updates. We'll take a break on JoyNews desk. There's more after this. Welcome back to JoyNews desk. A pickup vehicle belonging to the Ghana Highway Authority has been snatched at gunpoint around Jusonayili in the northern regional capital of Tamale. Information JoyNews gathers indicate that the two occupants of the vehicle were driving when suddenly they saw a rider in front of them fall off his motorbike. The informant added the two stopped to enable the person rise up only for someone hit the window of the vehicle, breaking the glass. The source added that the person pointed a gun at them and ordered them to step out of the vehicle. The vehicle was then taken from them and immediately the number plates removed before they drove off, including the one who had earlier fallen before them. Here's Northern Regional Crime Officer Superintendent Bernard Baba Ananga.
There was a robbery that was on the 10th, and this was reported around 1 a.m. when a Toyota Hilux pickup with registration number GH6207-20 belonging to Ghana Highway Authority was snatched from the driver at gunpoint around King David area. And we soon declared a manhunt for those armed robbers, and we believe most of them are coming from some locations and then going around taking vehicles like that, because our highways have been inundated with police officers, especially the nights, and we see that they are not finding their way clear. So we are getting the cooperation of some other informants who are helping us to trace this vehicle, as well as the complainant himself. We believe that we'll be able to recover the vehicle, and it will be returned to the owner and possibly arresting the suspects as it stands.
How many robbery or car snatching incidents have we had this year?
So far, we're looking at some of them. 2 were reported, which we managed to recover. 1 Toyota Hilux pickup around, that is Choco area. And what actually happened was that when it was reported and it came to our attention so quickly, we managed to close all our routes with the Operation Calm Life men that we had on the roads for the night. And then the manhunt that was declared as quickly as possible, we managed to recover that vehicle. The suspects, upon realizing that police was at their heels, they abandoned and fled. The other one had to do with another, that was a Hilux, not a Hilux, a Prado, that was also taken at under similar circumstances.
But the People's National Convention Party has suspended 2 of its leading members and 12 others over misconduct. The former chairman of the party, Moses Daniba, and former flag bearer, Mr. David Apasera, are being sanctioned for alleged financial misconduct. Marcinomo has more in the story.
The suspension of the 14 comes at the back of the party's consideration of a court ruling brought against them by the party. National executives of the party concluded that Messiah's David Apasera and Moses Daniba have violated Article 14A of the PNC's constitution. Party chairman Bala Salahu Maikankan explained the circumstances leading to the suspension.
We had a NEC meeting in Kumasi based on a report one of our member, that was the general secretary, brought up that there is some money that was missing within the party, that is I think 150,000 Ghana cedis. So we also sat as a NEC. We even invited then Mr. Daniba and then Apasara for them to come to the meeting, which they refused to come to that very meeting in Kumasi. But then we as NEC, we sat on that very issue, and then we discuss about the issue. So we see that they are guilty based on the allegation that was purported on them. And then we suspended them, thinking that they will come to us to seek for redress. He came back on his own, set up his own members. That is the people that we mentioned their names. That is one Ajia Ajara Ali, she is the vice chairperson, and then one Mr. Umar Bakore, and then Abbas Nuhu and Sampana. That is one chairman for Bono region, Richard Jereke, chairman of OT, and Abraham Kaba Hirohito, chairman of Ashanti region, and Siba Sakibu, that's the Greater Accra regional secretary, and then Malam Yakubu Tahir, Western regional chairman, and then Armi Yao, organizer, Ashanti regional chairman, and then Oliver Ganaku, secretary, Volta region, Abdul Samed Nuruddin, secretary, Bono region, and Hidayah, the woman organizer. So based on what he did, he has gone too far, because we suspended you, you went to court asked you to come back for redress, now you came back also creating another issue. So that was why we took a decision today. The same NEC sat here. Since yesterday we had a NEC meeting. Yesterday as around 1 to 2 o'clock midnight, we were still on NEC meeting. So the decision wasn't that easy, but I think we just let it go.
Mr. Mike Kankan believes the PNC has more qualified candidates to contest and run for the 2024 presidential election.
Certainly, Apasara may not be the last presidential candidate. Since 1992, we've been changing flag bearers, because 1992 it was Dr. Hilary Man, and then 1996 it was Edward Mahama, 2000 Edward Mahama, before Asan Ayerga. No, before Edward Mahama, one came Dr. Yakubu Isaka. After him, Asan Ayerga came, and then Apasara also, as far as he was sacked. So definitely someone might come. We have more who are waiting.
The party is, however, poised to allow the law take its course should those suspended continue to hold themselves as members of the PNC. Maus Numo's report for Joy News.
Trade and Industry Minister Alan Kwejo Chirmanteng has given assurance that the industrialization agenda of the government will soon pay off by creating more jobs for the teeming youth who are unemployed in Ghana. The NPP stalwart, who was speaking at a lecture organized by the Presbyterian Church of Ghana on the theme Harnessing Job Prospects and Opportunities in the Trade Industry, encouraged Ghanaians to eschew pessimism about their future and not lose hope, because the country has brighter prospects ahead. My colleague Samuel Mbura has more.
Employment has been a major challenge in Ghana. In spite of many policy interventions by successive governments, a significant majority of the country's youthful population have difficulties finding jobs. In a bid to explore solutions to the crisis, the Presbyterian Church of Ghana organized a public lecture in Accra on the theme Harnessing Job Prospects and Opportunities in the Trade Industry. CEO of InnoHub Limited, Nelson Amu, who was the main speaker of the event, called for the creation of the right policies that catalyze business growth.
It is time as a country to pursue the path of high growth of businesses, ready available investment in these businesses, who we can tell can create jobs. Once we invest in you, we want to see how many jobs you're creating, how many sustained jobs you are creating, what levels of incomes you're paying to these people. It is time to pursue this agenda. It is time to look again at my proposed Ghana Africa strategy.
Moderator of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana, Right Reverend Professor Joseph Obriyeboamanthe, expressed worry about the deliberate attempts by every opposing party to run governments down for political gains.
In this country, there is a way that partisan politics is done that makes me want to vomit. At time. And they all do it to each other, the two parties. When one party is in power, the other one in opposition's job, we feel that his job is to run the one in power down. And if you are in Christian council or a reverend minister and you are not supporting what they are saying, they say you are supporting the one in power. It is not my job as a minister to run governments down. It is my job as a minister to help every government in power to do better, because if the government does better, Ghana does better.
Minister for Trade and Industry, Kwejo Chirmanteng, listed some industrialization policies being rolled out by his outfit targeted at supporting the private sector, which he believes is the engine of growth.
The government, if you recall, in our budget statement, focused on the new direction that government is pursuing, that we want to develop an entrepreneurial nation. This is where the government is trying to move to develop an entrepreneurial nation. And so in that regard, government has established what is called the U-Start program. U-Start program, and government has earmarked an amount of 1 billion Ghana cedis, both grants and grants and then soft loans to assist startup businesses or early stage businesses that are looking for capital to expand. A lot is happening, except that somehow either the communication is not going down enough, or simply there are a lot of people who are giving up, and we need to bring you back.
The minister therefore urged graduates and the youth across the country to take advantage of the institutional support that the government is providing to create jobs rather than giving up.
There's this whole issue of people come out of school and they are looking for a job in either the private sector or in government without necessarily exploring the possibility of starting their own business. When you go to the United States, all these celebrated companies, Facebook, Amazon, all these are companies started by individuals. So please, don't let us be so downhearted or pessimistic about our future. Public sector job is not an option because, as I said, there's no space there. In the private sector, you either look for a job with an existing company or allow government to help you to start your own business.
The Presbyterian Church of Ghana is hopeful that through a successful collaboration between private sector and government, the crisis of unemployment, which comes with its associated problems, will be resolved. Samuel Mbura reporting for Joy News.
Time now for Tech Talk, and Spikey Nkrumah is here. How are you, Spikey?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. What's the latest in the world of technology? Plenty
so
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with Google, right?
Yes. So you know Google makes smartphones as well. We know Google for the search, but then they're also a hardware company. They make smartphones, and they started making tablets as well. And now they've gone into the smartwatch business. So if you want to have an Apple Watch or you have a Samsung Watch, there's a new watch from Google called the Google Pixel Watch.
Okay.
Yes, and Google announced it this week, so it's coming soon. And they also announced the new tablets, and they announced so many things, like so many changes to their services, to Android OS, and it was heavily focused on privacy and security.
Okay.
So now Google is saying that two-step verification, which is how you need a verification code sent to you before you sign in, is going to be default, on by default. So they're showing you a lot of security, they're showing you a lot of privacy. So have you ever Googled yourself before?
No, I haven't.
You haven't Googled your name before?
Oh yeah, I've done it a few times.
So
that's true.
Right? Exactly. So
I've done that. But what makes this, the new services different from the others?
Well, we've gone into a time where a lot of people are more concerned about privacy and their security online. Most of the time you hear people say, hey, I've been hacked and someone is broken into my account. So last week we were talking about how they're doing away with passwords because that's how people get into your account. And they're focusing more on two-step verification and a passwordless system. So Google is piloting this with the on by default 2SV, which is two-step verification, ensuring that you always have to verify that you are the person entering your password to log in. It's very important.
Very, very important.
That secures you. Now, once that is done, and they're also saying that if someone should post, let's say, your phone number, your home address, or your email address, very soon you can actually request for Google to take down any information that someone has put out that's personal to you.
That makes life easier.
Yes. Very secure. So if you're one that's, you care about your security and your privacy, you should go check out the latest in Google's I/O.
Okay, maybe we'll do that.
So, EA Sports.
Okay.
If you were a gamer, you'd have said, it's in the game. Of course, you're not
that exposes me, right?
But the moment anyone hears EA Sports,
okay, tell me more.
It's in the game.
So tell me more about it.
Okay. You know FIFA?
Yep.
Yes, and EA Sports was the company that was behind that franchise for FIFA, developing the game for FIFA. They're losing that franchise. So FIFA is ending its partnership with FIFA.
Okay.
EA is
it's ending its partnership with FIFA.
So I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, hey, that means that Pro Evolution Soccer is going to be the next FIFA.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know. FIFA hasn't said so yet.
Okay.
But there's still going to be EA Sports football game.
Yeah.
But it's now going to be called EA Sports FC.
Okay.
It's not going to be called FIFA 2022 or FIFA 2023. There's going to be FIFA 2023 for FIFA.
Okay.
But moving on, EA is no longer going to be the company that develops the FIFA game. So if you're a FIFA fanboy, you're an EA Sports fanboy, I'm sorry, but there's going to be a new developer because FIFA says he wants the best of the best.
The best of it. So this new developer, do we know what they are bringing on board?
I don't know yet, but there's a lot of rumors suggesting that it's going to be Konami, which has been developing Pro Evolution Soccer over the times. Pro Evolution Soccer is the direct rival to EA Sports FIFA.
Okay.
And the only thing is that you don't have the license, so you can't have some player likenesses and some teams cannot be in the game. So you notice that in Pro Evolution Soccer, the names of some teams are different from in FIFA because they don't have the license.
Yeah.
But now, if they do get the license from FIFA, Pro Evolution then becomes, or Konami then becomes a developer for FIFA, and you'll have FIFA 2024, 25, 26 coming from a different game developer.
How have they fared over the period? I mean,
yeah, it's been varying experiences for many.
Okay.
Some love it.
Okay.
I'll be honest. I've never liked Pro Evolution Soccer because it feels so rubbery.
Okay.
But FIFA has been popular.
Okay.
FIFA has been the one. Although Pro Evolution Soccer in the beginning was better, and then FIFA became better, and then now people say Pro is better. There's always that battle, and we live to see.
Okay.
Personally, I want to see what Konami is going to do different if they get the license. I don't see which other company can
take it.
Maybe
But
Y2K Games.
Give or take, whichever company gets it. What do you expect? What are expectations?
Well, I've stopped playing football games in a long time, but I envision that more realism, because that's what a lot of people want in the games. People want to play football games that the players look real and they act as they do in real life.
Okay.
And there are not a few glitches. So you don't see that you kick somebody and the person will somersault like 100 times. It's not real, but they want it to be as close to reality as possible. So that's what we're looking for. That's what we're hoping.
Donald Trump is actually trending on Twitter. What's the business there?
So,
we haven't heard from him for some time now.
Because he was banned. Elon Musk.
So he's back.
No, Elon says he's going to overturn the ban.
Okay.
So yeah, he's going to bring Donald Trump back.
Give him the opportunity to tweet again. We haven't seen the first tweet yet, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be a boom. I can imagine.
He says he doesn't want to come back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's got his own Truth Social right now.
Okay.
So he doesn't need Twitter. But we all know this is Donald Trump. He will come back and he will come and make noise as usual. Talk. And boy, oh boy, I'm just looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. I don't think...
I can't wait.
I don't think he's still relevant, considering that when he was president, yes. But now he's a regular floor member. So I don't think his words would hold as much weight as when he was president.
I really can't wait.
We'll see.
I can't wait to see him back on Twitter. Spike Nkrumah, thank you so much for bringing us Tech Thursday. And that will be it for Tech Thursday. We'll take a break. When we return, we'll bring you the latest from the world of business.
We're really on now. Welcome to business. My name is Darryl Kwao. The Finance Ministry says it is not relenting in its efforts to sensitize Ghanaians on the implementation of the electronic transaction levy. According to Deputy Finance Minister Abnor Saasari, the ministry in the coming days will engage Ghanaians on the process and will collaborate with the Ghana Revenue Authority on resolving issues. She spoke to a section of the media at a sensitization program for trade associations. Here's more.
Sensitizing some trade associations in Accra on the electronic transfer levy, the Deputy Finance Minister, Apna Osei Asare, urged the traders not to embark on panic withdrawals. In response to the demands of the traders on the usage of the funds from the levy, she explained that the revenue will be used for developmental projects.
Yes, like I mentioned, that this is not just a one-off engagement that we're having with them. We have penciled a lot of these associations and we are going to roll them out. And then the Information Services Department is also going to help us starting from tomorrow. They're also going to embark on some of these educational activities that we are implementing with the e-levy. And we believe that it will go a long way to help citizens support governments in the implementation of e-levy and the realization of the revenues as a whole, not just the e-levy, but all revenue handles that government has put in place, hoping that it will help us raise the 80.3 billion that we have targeted for the year 2022.
Assistant Commissioner for Domestic Tax Revenue Division at the Ghana Revenue Authority, Dr. Martin Kobel Yamboriga, says the Commission, regardless the challenges, is working assiduously to get all problems resolved.
Oh yeah, every target is always challenging because taxation is a function of the economy. If the economy is doing well, people will pay. So given that there are challenges globally concerning the economy, it will definitely have some challenges. But we believe that with the measure that we have put in place, we should be able to meet the target that have been set for us.
The authority says it will engage other trade associations in the coming days.
Now, the National Pensions Regulatory Authority has teamed up with the Social Security and National Insurance Trust Net to ensure that workers do not extend their retirement ages beyond 60 years. This, the regulator believes, will ensure that the active workforce of the population is maintained, particularly workers on government payroll. Speaking at the launch of the MBC Limited Gold Pension Plan, Director of Planning, Research and Monitoring at the MPRA, NS Amativondi, announced that SNIT has established a stringent process to discourage workers from extending their ages.
Retirement planning is much broader than pension planning. And let's take note of that. Pension planning involves healthcare planning in retirement. People who are old, who are aged, consume a lot more healthcare products. So you need to plan actively as to how you are going to fare or take care of your healthcare needs when you go on retirement. It involves leisure planning. How do you use the time that you have on your hand usefully, actively, in a manner that it promotes your health? Accommodation issues, they are relevant towards retirement. How do you deal with that? Wills preparation are all relevant as parts of the retirement planning process. Investments, equally important as part of the retirement planning process. The most important of all, as I've said, is pension planning. In a part of the world, government over the past 10 to 12 years has reformed our pensions system.
Meanwhile, Chief Executive Officer of the Negotiated Benefits Company Limited, William Esidiabwa, says the company has deployed technology in all of its operations to enhance efficiency.
We are currently trying to use a lot of technology in what we are doing, so we encourage our members that make sure you can get access to everything online. That would minimize the need for you to walk into our office. But truth be told, majority of our people prefer to come and see you in the office in everything that they need to do. We are not opposed to that. You can also come to see us in the office. What is the goal plan, if we can go forward a bit? We, as we said, in 2020, we expanded our delivery of services to the personal pension plan. We call it NBC Gold Plan. This we have already launched in Takoradi and Kumasi, and we are continuing in Accra to announce this. It is intended to target those in the informal sector, and then for members who want additional policies which would enable them to increase their savings towards requirement.
And that's your business update. More news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. Sports is up next.
It's time now for sports. Lawrence Bade is here with all the updates. It's all about the Waffle Zone B games.
Yeah, and the championship.
And I think the Satellites, we are the defending champions, right? We lost our first game.
Yeah, we lost to Nigeria.
What's up next for us?
It could be a make or break period for the Black Satellites. They went into the tournament as the defending champions, having won it 2 years ago.
Okay.
And then after winning that competition, they went on to win the Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations.
Okay.
But here's the case. It could be a big one for Ghana football.
Okay.
The Satellites could actually miss out on the semi-final of the Waffle Zone B Championship, and also could miss out on representing the Waffle Zone B in the Africa Cup of Nations, which takes place next year. In the sense that we lost the first game to Nigeria last weekend. And then it brings a lot of pressure because as things stand, Nigeria and then Burkina Faso played a 2-2 game earlier this week.
Yeah.
So should the Black Satellites fail to beat Burkina Faso, what it means is that they are missing out on a place in the semi-final. We need just two teams to qualify from our group.
Okay.
And then if they draw, that means Burkina Faso go on 2 points and we are on 1 point. Nigeria, as things stand, have already booked their place. So we are the ones in danger of missing out on a place.
And does it look like we are ready for this game?
Actually, you look at the ball Nigeria played against Burkina Faso and you feel the one we played against Nigeria was totally a different game.
Okay.
The Burkinabes are very good on the ball. They are physical. That is one thing that we lacked against Nigeria. I think Karim Zito blamed the weather conditions and poor preparations as part of Ghana's inability to beat Nigeria. But then I think after a week, they've been able to adjust to the weather conditions. They've been able to have enough preparation and rest. So they should go into this game as a better side against the Burkinabes.
And so what are your expectations of that game?
Well, amid the media backlash and everything that they've suffered, I believe they will put in a good performance. But as to whether it will be enough to secure qualification for Ghana will be my worry.
Considering that the Burkinabes, I mean, they are strong guys. It's actually a strong team.
The funny thing is they are also coming for revenge because we beat them 2 years ago in the final.
Yeah, definitely.
They scored first and then we had to score 2 goals later on to secure qualification.
Oh my goodness, that puts a lot of pressure on the Satellites. We wish them all the best. Thank you so much for bringing us updates. And that will be it for sports, and that will be it for Joy News Desk. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. For more news, log on to myjoyonline.com. You will get more of the news and updates of all the developing stories. Enjoy the rest of our programs. I'll see you again at 12.